Point of order, Madam President. I move that. What can I do for you? All these statements, you could have heard any of the Tuesday or Thursday mornings that I spent practicing with our conduct of chapter meetings team. I didn't always want to go to practice, but I'm really glad that I did, because it allowed me to be at a place that I think I was at my best. And that was during October of 2024 at National FFA Convention. Through hard work and tough competition, I thought I was at my best. So through this speech, I'm just going to go through my competing season, I guess what you would call it, of conduct. But first, you guys should probably know what conduct is. Basically, it's an FFA LDE, which is just like a speaking competition, where you take 7 people and you do a mock meeting and you're judged on how you speak, motions that you bring up, all that jazz. It's a lot of fun in my opinion. And so I'm going to start off with the first time that I did conduct. It was 2 years ago, my freshman year in the fall. Our advisor really likes to do conduct and parliamentary procedures. Those are his main contests that he likes to get kids into. So there was kind of a, not a pressure, but there was a sense that he wanted to put a team together, and I was on that list. The start of the season, I think, held a lot of challenges that I wasn't really expecting. I'm generally a pretty decent speaker, which is a lot of what the contest is about, but there were a lot of things that I didn't anticipate going into this. First off, we struggled to find a 7th member. We tried for a really long time. I think it's about 3 to 4 weeks. We had a solid 6 members, but we couldn't find a 7th. And then I think Alexis asked Bianca, and she was our 7th member, and she did really well. Then another struggle that we had was understanding just the general wherewithal of the contest. It has to do with a lot more than what you're speaking. It's a lot of memorization, and so I think we struggled a lot just getting into the groove of all of it. I remember specifically we were at an invitational at SMSU, and Wyatt Rutike, I'm assuming most of you know him, he was also on our team. He was trying to communicate across the table with hand signals, which you're not supposed to do. And afterwards we all found out that we got disqualified essentially. If we had done that in an actual meet, we would have just lost, but the judge was nice enough to still score us and give us our score. So we definitely had struggles and stuff going into competing. And just third, we kind of had overall low expectations going into competing, with struggles with learning the material and doing it. It's not that we were bad at it necessarily, but we didn't really think that we were going to do amazing. So next I'm going to go into the competitions that we went to. So first we went to regions. It's essentially just a contest that pulls all of the teams from a surrounding area. I don't know how big our region is specifically, but it's just the lowest level of competition that you have to do. Like I said earlier, we didn't have very high expectations going to regions. We thought that we wouldn't really have a chance, but we were still going to give it our all. And so we went into regions and we competed, and we were actually really surprised because we got first in regions, which was a really big deal to us because there were a lot of teams there that had either more experience, or we thought that they were more skilled. And so we were really surprised, and our advisor was really surprised because he didn't think that we were going to get it out of regions. The next competition that we have is state. So once you get out of regions, you go to a state competition. This year it was in the cities. They hold stuff at both the state fairgrounds and at different spots around the University of Minnesota St. Paul campus. They've since changed that, but that's where it was this year. And so we go into state and we got fairly high hopes. We practiced a lot going into this, and we felt that we had really improved. Plus we had a win under our belts with regions, and so we get to state and we blow through our preliminary round. State is broken up into 2 rounds, a preliminary round and a finals round. And we get through our preliminary round, which is what we were expecting, and we got to our final round. In our final round, we didn't do as well as we hoped. I know that I personally messed a couple things up that I really wished that I wouldn't, and I think that sentiment was shared by the team. But we didn't have high expectations. To get out of state, you have to place first, so you have to beat every single team in finals, which is a hard task. And we didn't think that we had the performance to do that, but we were still gonna go out and get our score and be happy and content regardless. Scoring at state works, so they take all of the finalist teams and you stand on stage and then they call places. So the teams don't know until it's announced in front of everybody on stage. And so we went on stage and it was really shocking because every single place was called up until first and our name hadn't been called. And we got first and it was really, really exciting and really surprising for us. I think we all charged backstage and our advisor and now our new advisor, we've got two now, Mr. Burgess, they charged backstage and they were really happy for us, and it was just a really big moment for us. Fast forward to nationals. Nationals just as a whole was a lot of fun for me. Not even the competing side of it, like I thought that was really important, but the competing wasn't the main thing that I really enjoyed there. Just being able to get together with the conduct team, which I had been practicing with and had been doing stuff with for the past year, and then doing stuff with other FFA members. I thought that was really cool. Just to kind of sum it up, we didn't do the greatest at nationals. We did really well for our kind of what we expected, but we didn't get first. We got around fifth. They don't announce scores, but I think just being at nationals was a place that I was at my best. And just to restate everything, I was at my best through hard work and competition in October of '24 at National Convention. Thank you for listening to my speech.